According to Business Insider, 95% of households in Sub-Saharan Africa cannot afford private security, and this has left room for innovators to see how African communities, most of those in rural areas, can keep secure and connected. Tonight on Tech Nation, we delve deep into what Yunga does, a local direct to just mean connected. My name is Fiona Bukuru. Welcome to Tech Nation. Yunga, a local dialect in Uganda to mean connected. Yunga is a local rescue network that connects neighbors to neighbors, neighbors to police in case of an emergency or an attack. We all know how expensive it is in Uganda to have your home secured by the various guards or security companies. But with an innovation like Yunga, local communities at 1 inches are well catered for by using applications that can easily keep them connected from one another and curb down the crime rates in the country.
In Africa, private security services are a luxury that most households simply cannot afford it. But at Yunga Technologies, they are on a mission to change that perspective.
We are basically creating an infrastructure where crime can be wiped out of communities so that communities can focus on what they can do best and thrive economically. We do that by engaging and leveraging on technology to empower them with tools that will keep them safe. And this in particular, at Yunga, in one statement, we are building IoT devices, or any person would think of it as a gadget that will connect a neighbor to a neighbor and a neighbor to law enforcement in case of an attack or an emergency to encounter rampant crime that actually are happening in our communities.
Yunga's goal is ambitious yet very achievable. By 2030, they aim to provide low-cost crime prevention tools with a high rescue response time, bundled with micro-insurance to 5 million households, benefiting 25 million people within Sub-Saharan Africa's underserved communities.
Products that we are currently having, there are quite a number, because for us entering the security line has been a learning curve. We've seen that people have issues because they work so much to get like the iPhone that you have, and they'll also make sure that they buy gadgets like laptop, TVs, and other things because they really work hard. And then people come from nowhere and then just put them from zero. For example, for me, when I got a break-in, when I did a bit of some calculation, I knew that I had lost almost 4 months of salary. So I had to work almost 4 months as if I'm not being paid to recover what was stolen. And very many people are victims of such a thing. The products we started with was for home security, which is a community policing tool that basically focuses on keeping homes safe and the lives and the property. And then we had discovered that there's a bit of some issues with outdoor security. For example, you're not in your home, but you're about to reach your home, and then you encounter what we call now gate attacks. So we've also built a product along that line where we reduce the actual waiting time on the gate from the time you reach your premises to the time when you actually access your home. So we have a product along that line. We are also currently have a product that we have not unveiled to the public, but it's for, you've heard of people being attacked and being shot in their cars and all that. We believe that there's something that can be done to save a percentage of certain ideas. So we have technology for cars that is coming up, and we'll be very happy to really present it at the right time. But yeah, basically we have the Yunga Basic, we have the Yunga Plus that literally gives people the chance to protect themselves when they're home and when they're not at their home, using our autonomous sensor that are powered by machine learning.
Yunga is disrupting the innovation space in Africa with its 3 interactive product and service unit, namely Yunga Plus, offering intelligent intrusion detection and customizable reporting, ensuring security and peace of mind with automated notifications, all at your fingertips. Secondly, Yunga Basic, providing instant help with a simple press or tap, connecting you to human assistance when you need it most. Safety made easy with Yunga.
IoT empowers people, empowers our company to empower people in a way that we can now authoritatively say that you can have a guard that will not doze, a guard that will not sleep while you're onboarded onto the Yunga gadget. Because this gadget is given, you program it, you as a user, to protect you during hard time. So IoT is the only thing that will be able to be up and running without need of human intervention, but highly linked to the processes of humans. For example, we have the police that will be highly linked to this. We have the Yunga offices that are watching these alarms 24/7 when there's a victim that is being taken advantage of. We are watching greatly, and then the humans are able to operate around the Internet of Things and now to create extreme value and solution that is able to make people safe. So that's the idea that we are currently building.
Yunga Technologies entered the market with a self-developed IoT solution, Yunga, to provide local rescue digital network that connects neighbors and law enforcement in the shortest time possible. With Yunga, safety is just a tap away.
The truth is, it's a journey, and it's been a journey to make sure that you build a product that people love. People love, when I say people love, in the sense that, not that they don't want you, but
reliability.
That how they relate with your system and how it makes proper sense to them. So it's been a journey to, like how I told you, we started with a small application that we thought would connect you to your police station and never worked. So, and it's been a journey. I think we've done about 9 iterations of the Yunga gadget to the point where it is. And those are simple things like efficiency, the time of transmission of this crime from one place to another, and how quickly people can use your product effortlessly.
Yunga has got you covered whether you're at home or away from your home. The local network is always available to defend you and your belongings. Doorbell massive attacks on residential gates are no longer possible thanks to Yunga app technology, which allows you to ring the bell from your phone with a personalized message to alert someone at home that you are approaching the gate, making security a breeze and also reducing the waiting times on the gates.
Our goal is to actually do growth very fast in the next 18 months. We need to grow to about 12,000 households. Very serious about that matter. And once that is complete, we know that now we will have been very profitable, we will have proved scale, and then we'll go on to other markets in Africa. And when you look at it, even when we say it's 500,000 Uganda shillings for a Yunga Basic, 700,000 for a Yunga Plus, you realize that this is actually 4 times lower than the traditional alarm system, giving you 10 times value than the existing alarm system. So if you compare it to the subscription fees that people pay monthly in security fees, oh my God, we could even say that we are 100 times lower. We want to use the word lower because the value is really more powerful than even what expensive people look at expensive. So it's a middle ground where you don't want to exclude very many people, but also you don't really want to shift the goalposts in terms of quality. And we are very instrumental to do that, and a few things that empower us to be able to do that. Number one, we are the real guys that are crafting this technology. We have the skills, we have the knowledge. Number two, we are doing this locally, which gives us an opportunity to actually have a low production cost.
Let's go for a short break, but when we come back, we are going to show you how Yunga connects one neighbor to another, but also neighbors to police or those in authority for their safety. Welcome back from the break. This is the Epitome segment of Technician, where we delve deep into the various products or services of the innovators. And tonight, of course, on Yunga, we are going to delve deep into how Yunga connects neighbors to neighbors, neighbors to police, and how to keep you safe in case of an emergency. But don't forget that they also have a digital mobile app where you can access your services of Yunga remotely. You don't need to be home, you can be out of the country, but Yunga will still deliver its services. Let's see how Yunga connects the world.
Yunga starts with a design phase where we design the circuit diagrams. Of course, you first have to come up with the idea. That's the first thing. Then you go ahead and you design a code. You write a firmware for the device itself. After all that is done, we send the designed board, the circuit diagram to the production houses so that they come up with what we call a printed circuit board, which like looks like this. Okay. So at the lab, once the circuit boards come in, we do what we call a quality check, where you first confirm that actually what they have sent back to you is what you sent to them. So you sit down with the technicians who are around, then you start tracing to see if the board is positive, you give it affirmation, then you start putting in the components, everything
so they just send you the circuit boards, and the putting on the different components is done
It's
here.
entirely done here 100%.
And this is awesome for people to know, because many people think everything is gotten from China and you just send it out to the people to use.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
All right. Then the second stage of testing is you confirm if the components are at the right places, if they're not short circuits on the board. We do rigorous testing for our system.
I can imagine.
Because it's a security system, you don't want to leave any stones
and a
unturned.
breach into the security system.
Yeah. Yes. So after we are done, testing the system, everything, then we have what we call a test bench, where we individually test every device that is going out in the market. We put here 10 devices, we put them in one network, and then we trigger the alarm for one house. Then we test to see if all of them are going to connect at the same time. So at the moment, what we are doing is we're testing to see if the devices can actually reset on their own. They restart when they go off. Once it passes here, we're going to fully assemble it. We bring it back, we test it again, and then we upload the code that is the firmware that goes for the households now, the clients. Once that is done, then we send them to the sales office, where once the client asks for it, then our technicians, we do a survey. We recommend the loopholes that we have in your house, where we can actually stop the breakthrough, the breakings from. We install the device there, and then your house will be secured.
Fiona, what's going to happen is that this is the Yunga app. You have to launch it, and it gives you a broader view of what exactly you do on your fingertips. Most importantly, you see that the Yunga gadget in your home or elsewhere is connected. For example, this one, and it has few modes here: half arm and then full arm. Half arm meaning that you can tell your sensors to protect you if you're not home or you're sleeping, but the protection will stop at your home alone. So you just have to come and click continue, and then in just a few seconds it has pushed the message to the device in a second. And then you get notification here on your phone showing you that yes, guaranteed, the protection is actually in there. And then now you can also, I'm going to disarm it, but then when I choose, but most importantly, anything that you do, you get notification and confirmation. But then the full arm is going to give you an arming model that is now engaging your neighbors. When you're sleeping, you're not. So once you push it, then maybe if you're on a vacation or you traveled out of the country, you know now all your neighbors have you covered.
Oh, yes.
And this is the full arm model. Number 2, I can leave that in as I go on. There's an auto arming model, because we know people forget every time. So you have the opportunity to come here and set, for example, from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's a routine. And then the gadget will
Wait,
always...
so this is maybe the time I go to bed. I tell it every time.
Yeah, so I'll disarm it.
Wow, so that was the alarm.
Yeah, so this is the one that I had set here.
Oh, yes.
And now it would have notified
All the neighbors.
all the neighbors. Now this is the network. So this is like, it can be a network of anyone, and then you can have very many people added onto the
So
network.
these are the community.
The
If it's a community, so
members.
it will have the
Yes.
community details as well.
Then number 3 is the panic button, the community panic button. You can push it from here, press it for 2 seconds, and then it will activate a call for help, even the gadget at your home. We have the bell, which is very interesting. For example, here I am getting back home, either in my car. I just tap onto the section for the bell, and then I say, please open, and then I'll push the bell to ring. In fact, to make it very interesting, I'll use the other phone, and then I say I'm at the gate. Then I can use this phone then to ring on this one, and then we see what happens. So that happens. The bell goes through there on the actual hardware, but also if someone is in the home, they will see.
So can this be an askari or something?
Yeah, an askari will be responding on the gadget there. But if the other people who are added on the same app, they will receive it wherever they are. It's Anatolia, and then they will just have to slide, and then the other side it will stop, and then here it will show that the bell has been picked. So basically, that's the bell feature. Here we have a few sections for security notifications, where we keep our customers informed of the security tips. And then here we have a lot of emergency contacts. You asked me if you can have Yungas alone. So this is where you configure phone numbers for people that can receive actual phone calls when you're under attack. So you add them from here, the name of the person and the number. So when there is an attack at your home, they just get automatic phone calls wherever you are, if you don't have neighbors. Then other things like this is where you get the audit of your gadget, how it's been operating. This one we want to work with insurance company, because someone can be taking on maybe the domestic package, and the insurance company need proof if actually a break-in was there. So anything that happened on your device, you can come and have an audit of it from here, and then here you can have all these other things.
So basically, the app has simplified the work of the clients, and even if they're out of the country, please emphasize that they can still have their app working and connected to the hardware device in their home. Right?
Yeah, so if you're not in the country, you still have control of your security 24/7, because this is an internet-enabled kind of approach, which is Internet of Things, being able to use gadgets installed in our homes to do things on their own with our instructions that can even be pre-programmed. So yeah, it has the ability to help you even when you're not in home. So,
in the country.
Yes.
My name is Joyce Nabagayaza. I'm using this device, which I got from my LC chairman. The first time I got it, I got information from my neighbor, a close friend of mine. Thieves had attacked her. She called me and said, "Oh, you help me. I can hear thieves breaking in." I had to press this red button so they know in such and such a place there is a problem. And they come within 15 minutes. They're already here. But then they went to her place because I told them on phone. I had to call them on phone because the problem was not here. So I called them and they came and helped her out. This Yunga device does not use power, does not use anything. Whether power is on or off, it is working. Anytime, 24 hours, it is on.
Saying goodbye has never been easy. It has been an awesome episode of Yunga, showing you how you can stay connected with your neighbors in case of an emergency or an attack. Of course, I can't go any further from this because we've come to the end of our episode tonight. We can find you, but you can also find us at technician_UJ. From me and my team, it's a wrap and it's a good night.